Hey, what's up everybody? This is Endgamer3K for iSugoi.com, and let me ask you a question. Have you seen this movie, Evangelion 2.0? Now, if you haven't, why not? Why haven't you? Why are you even watching this video if you haven't watched it? So go and buy it, watch it, enjoy it. But if you have, which you probably have if you're watching this, I encourage you to go listen, download the new iSugoi podcast. Came out about half a week ago. Been a little late promoting it because I've been busy all weekend and then these past few days doing other stuff. So, but yeah, go listen to it. It's the new iSugoi podcast, and it is the new iSugoi podcast, Visual Nippon. And this is episode 3, and it's the best episode. Why? Because I'm in it, of course. And we talk about it, this movie right here, Evangelion 2.0. Now, this is really, really interesting for a few reasons. Now, first of all, our podcast is out there. I mean, more out there than we thought even. And as proof of that, I'm going to give you a little example. Maybe some of you have already noticed this who are followers of the site, but I don't know how many followers we have really. Who knows? But anyway, let me give you a listen to a very old podcast from years ago, before even Evangelion 1.0 came out here in the States. We were discussing the dub casting Funimation had just announced recently at the time. So let me play that for you now. We're talking about Gendo's voice actor, John Swasey. Well, moving on to everyone's favorite character, Gendo, played by John Swasey, who did the voice for the director's cut Gendo.
Sean
has something to say.
Where is that fat bastard Tristan McAvery at? Bring him back, damn it. Okay, rant's over.
Okay, my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Tristan McAvery as Gendo is probably one of the most important voice actors in Evangelion for me, okay? He played that part, like, perfectly, okay? The deadpan delivery that he had at times, I think was spot on. I do not like the director's cut version of Gendo, okay?
But on the other hand, I mean, he did do the director's cut Gendo, and it's probably better than any new person. And I would say that John Swasey's got the most important thing that I think in Gendo's voice is just an authoritative, deep voice.
And Tristan McAvery didn't have that?
Now let me play you a little audio clip from this very DVD, from the audio commentary of this movie. And this is John Swasey speaking about his fan connections.
I've run across things on the internet comparing my Gendo to Tristan's Gendo, the original Gendo.
The original English one.
The original English Gendo, yes, I'm sorry. And it's, it's very funny because on one of them it was a podcast and it was 3 guys sitting there talking, and one of them was very much in the pro Tristan camp, and the other 2 were like, well, John does a pretty good job, I think. And the guy that was pro Tristan was like, well, I don't know who this John is, but he can't be nearly as good as Tristan. And it was like, well, okay, now you're judging me. You haven't even heard it.
Now, listen to that and tell me that is not talking about us. Now, me and Douglas, when we heard this for the first time, we instantly thought, man, that he is talking about our podcast. And that is Douglas. He is talking about probably ripping John Swasey. I mean, yes, he does. John does get a little finer details wrong, but I mean, it was years ago, and so we can't fault him for that. But I think it's definitely referencing us. I mean, that's, you can hear it right there. definitely I think it's us. Anyway, like I said, the new podcast, Visual Nippon, Episode 3, a review of this movie right here, a discussion, an open forum with me, Douglas, Sean, and V from revolutionofava.org. Find out what we think of this movie, what we think of the changes they made, that Anno made. Find out what we think of this slut right here on the cover, Mari, and what we think the future of Rebuild holds. Now, let me tell you something about this. In the podcast, I would say that I do my fair share of ripping on this character. But there's one redeeming thing about her, I guess, in the movie that she does. She kind of gives Shinji the whole speech of, if not you, who, you're the only one that can do it, so you might as well help people out. You have the power to help people out, so you might as well do it. That's the speech sort of that Kaji gives him in the series, that she kind of does that here for him. But right now, she's only kind of replaced other things, other people's roles, smaller roles in the series like that, and her role in the final angel battle in this movie as well. Be interesting where they go with her, as you'll listen. My opinion is in the podcast, but hey, other things you should take away from this movie. We have to remember that this movie spans more than 10 episodes, I believe. Like 12, I think. So, the stuff is more accentuated in this movie. And again, everything that happens in this movie more or less happens in the series in some form or another. The one big change that they did, besides the whole Asuka taking Toji's place as the pilot of Unit 3, is that dinner party that Rei tries to put together. That never happens in the series. That is just this movie's way of illustrating the whole dynamic between the pilots, the whole love triangle thing. That definitely happens in the series, but this movie brings it to the forefront a little bit more, definitely. The other thing you have to take away from this movie is that, really, this movie is easy comparatively to the next two movies we have in the future coming. The next movie will be heavy on the psychological stuff. We haven't really gotten into the real complex issues here. Misato has not broken down yet. Shinji, and I think Asuka will kind of go through a dramatic change as well in this next. So there you have it. That's my whole spiel on Ava 2.0 right now. It was a lot of fun doing it. Grab your Doritos, listen to the podcast, download it. It's free on iTunes. So there you go. I'm NGamer3K, and I'll see you hopefully with another video soon.